Our family getaway turned into a nightmare. The night we were not alone. My name is John. My family and I live in the bustling city, so every now and then we escape to the countryside for some peace and quiet. One summer, I rented an old farmhouse on Airbnb, a picturesque, charming spot with a big yard, rustic furniture, and even a pool. It seemed like the perfect place to unwind. It was a sunny Friday afternoon when we arrived. My wife Julian and our kids, Liam and Zoe, were excited. The farmhouse stood at the end of a gravel road, surrounded by thick woods. There was something a little eerie about it, like stepping back in time. Maybe to a time better left alone. The kids couldn't wait to jump into the pool, so we spent the evening outside. As night fell, the laughter of my kids filled the air while Julian and I relaxed on the edge, dipping our feet into the cool water. The stars were bright, and everything seemed perfect until I heard it. Interrupting question. Have you ever heard something in the darkness that made your skin crawl? Something you couldn't explain? What would you do if it kept getting closer? I froze, listening. A soft crunching sound, like someone walking on dry leaves, drifted from just beyond the glow of our lights. I scanned the darkness but saw nothing. Julian noticed my expression and whispered, "Did you hear that?" I nodded, but I told myself it was probably just some animal. Or so I tried to believe. Then the sound grew louder, closer. This was no animal. I gathered the kids and hurried inside, locking the door behind us. The old farmhouse felt safe, but something in my gut told me we weren't alone. I double-checked every lock, every window. While Julian put the kids to bed, hours passed in silence until a loud knock echoed through the house. My heart raced. I grabbed a flashlight and peeked through the peephole. A man in a police uniform stood outside. "Open up. It's the police," he said, his voice calm, but wrong. Something felt off. Why would the police be here at this hour? I decided to ask. "Why are you here?" He replied, "There's been a report of suspicious activity. Open the door now." But something in his tone, it wasn't right. Would you open the door? Or trust your instincts? Narration, I trusted mine. I called the local police station to verify. Just then, the man outside banged on the door, harder this time, shouting, "Open up." Now, the dispatcher finally picked up, and I explained what was happening. She paused, then told me, "We haven't sent anyone to your location. Stay inside. Lock everything. We're sending real officers now." Fear washed over me. I told Julian to take the kids and hide. The man outside began jiggling the doorknob, trying to get in. Then I saw shadows moving beyond the windows. More figures. Interrupting question. What would you do if strangers surrounded your house in the dead of night? Would you wait for help or try to escape? I held my breath, hoping they wouldn't break the glass. Just when it felt like the nightmare would never end, flashing lights appeared at the end of the driveway. The figures scattered into the woods as the real police arrived. The officers checked the area and confirmed there was no sign of the imposters. They told us some people pose as officers to gain entry to isolated homes and warned us that their intentions are rarely good. Shaken, we packed up and drove to a nearby hotel. I couldn't stop thinking about what might have happened if we'd opened that door. That night changed everything. I now know that instincts are there for a reason, and sometimes a quiet weekend escape can turn into a real-life horror story. Ending hook. Next time I'll tell you about a night at another old house. But this one had a history that made this encounter seem tame. This script uses suspenseful questions to draw viewers deeper into the story and enhances each moment with vivid detail. Let me know if there are other changes or elements you'd like to add.